Okay, today we're going to be downstairs. It's been a while since I shot one of these, so I wanted to kind of give an update of what we're going to be looking at and what's going on. So we're about a week out from finishing electrical rough-in and getting ready for the four-part inspection. So you can notice, just down along here, you can see they've already been wiring things up. If we look up in the ceiling, they've done a pretty fancy job running through all the the gas lines, water lines, electrical lines. We've got the can lights and stuff are all in up here. So yeah, they've been setting up for getting the, all the phone and digital lines run through the house. So let me kind of talk about, just kind of review the space again. So I'm standing in the rec room, I guess. We're going to end up having a TV against that wall, so they've got a little conduit there for us to hide the cables. I'm going to turn around behind me here. We've got the powder room, which is really funny now, like the rooms to come in and see, like, there will be a sink here. There will be a toilet there. And we've got the vent work, because this still hasn't been quite finished out yet, and then there'll be a little vanity light up there. Vent that'll go back in here. We're going to walk into Paula's room, or her sewing room. What we have in here is the spaghetti mess of cables, since the utility box, the main breaker, is going to be in here. But almost every power line run through the house now comes down either over there or over here. So I think the panel is going to be built right here in this spot on the wall, and Joe's going to build a little bit of cabinetry around it to, so that it looks like a cabinet instead of a breaker box. But and then we've got phone and coax and Cat 6, I think, that are all kind of now run through the house. But again, yeah, so this is Paula's sewing room. They kind of fixed some of the dimension problems they had in here, particularly for her closet. They had originally put in, it was only an 18-inch door frame, which is a little snug. Yeah, so that's the closet. Still got some lumber for finishing out work down here. Come into the utility room. I think this is where the Cat 6 stuff, they're going to put the network hub in here, and phone hub, and I think the home security hub is there, which, okay. And then what's kind of cool is the house is going to be run on two separate cooling systems. So the bigger unit here on the right with the heating element added, I think, is this one powers the basement and the main level, and then this one powers the upstairs. So there's the venting conduit that runs here, runs up through the garage, basically straight up to the upstairs. And again, this one kind of runs through most of this level. We come out of the utility room, all the way back out here into the game room space. So not a whole lot's changed here aside from getting the can lights finally installed this week. And then of course my shelves are going to be over here. They did the little printout of what it's going to look like, which is fun. Which they've been using as a frame of reference for measuring stuff. And then, of course, we've got the utility space, the unfinished area that we'll have going on here. So we've got a few drainage lines coming down. We've got our window over here. Still, it's probably a little bit of an issue. Joe was telling us with the clearance between where the window well, let me see if I get the gap in there. Between where the window well stops and the easement up there for the bay window begins. I guess there needs to be a clearance. Well, there's 3 feet if it's under a deck. We don't know exactly what the code is, but because of code requirements, that might have to be lowered, and that'll be a headache for Joe. But all right, so that's it for the basement. Let's go ahead on upstairs, and we can see what's going on. Here we are coming into the kitchen. You can see all the wiring we've got. Ooh, there's outlets in there today. That's new. You can kind of see, let me get a good look around what's going in here. There's going to be 4 can lights kind of in the corners of the kitchen. Up here, those little spots are pendant lights that will be down, just spray painted out the island, so you can see little marks there, there, and there that correspond to those. There'll be little pendants that hang down over the island there, and another pendant that'll hang over the kitchen sink. But yeah, so we've got waterproofed in, all the plumbing stuff is set up, electrical work has been underway. So it's kind of neat to see all that stuff from, exposed from behind the wall, which is kind of fun. So again, as a reminder of the layout, we'll have island here, starting in the corner, a little gap, and then fridge, oven, countertops, with somewhere here centered in the wall will be range, and then more counter space, sink, dishwasher, deck. So let's keep looking around. We've got the butler's pantry space over here. A little can light up here into the main pantry. I think Joe was talking to us about putting in just some big fluorescent fixture in here because it's not really visible to anybody, and in the pantry you just want it to be bright. So I agree with that. We come around here into the dining room space. Once again, we've got the nook over here for the china cabinet. There'll be 2 can lights and then a pendant fixture over the dining table. And as we look straight out that way into the kitchen, it's kind of cool. Come out here into the main entrance. So then we move into the family room. They're working on building out the fireplace here now. Joe was hoping to make progress on it this week, but I guess that didn't happen. So I think whoever's working on that's going to start in earnest next week. Again, 2 cans in here, pocket doors, separating everything. And, so that's what there is to see here. It's coming out into the living room space. So you can see kind of now we've got electrical run through a lot of this room. We've got, the can light set up over here. There's the arch leading into the sitting room or whatever. Over here we've got built-in nook for computer desk, and it's fun because they put my little picture of how it's supposed to look up here as frame of reference. But so we've got all that kind of wired up the way it should be, and there'll be just a bookcase over here. We're gonna get a big old sectional couch that will kind of run like this. So there'll be like a chaise on this end and then the L shape kind of out this way. It's really weird looking at this through the screen, trying to figure out my fingers moving in the right place. But again, the windows look fun. We've got the little arch for the space there into the dining or the kitchen, which is fun. So it's coming around. We have a fish tank spot still right there. As we walk through this space, and there'll still be the benches here into powder room. It's really funny seeing those little divots there where spray paint toilet should be, and spray paint sink. But we've got the water lines already run. Moving into the laundry room. So here we've got a pocket door that'll separate this. We've got venting for the dryer space, water lines for the washer. We're going to do a stackable unit in here. So yeah, that's kind of what there is to see from here. We'll have a little utility sink over there and some cabinetry over here, and move into the master bedroom closet, which again, probably not too much changed in here, aside from we've got stuff up there for lights now. And then we come into the master bath, where we can see shower space here, where there's the bottom of the shower, and there'll be a built-in bench, and there'll actually be 2 recessed protected can lights to light the shower, which is nice because we want it to be bright. And it's actually kind of neat. The shower is going to have 3 heads going on in here, which is going to be really fun. So there'll be a left head and a right head, and then a waterfall style head right in the middle there. So that's cool. And then we've got space for the tub, where Joe got really sloppy and painted a giant circle, which is not what the tub will be like. It'll be a lot smaller width-wise than that. But and again, the great big windows, staring out at all that rock out there that we still need to do something with. Not sure when that's prioritized in the cube, but it's there. It's not going anywhere. And then we've got the line out there for master vanity with the dual vanity sinks, the little commode with spray painted toilet. So over here, we're in the master bedroom now. You can kind of see up here, there'll be 2 cans and a ceiling fan with no light on the fan, but there'll be this recessed box, and there'll be sort of recessed light in the box. I'm not quite sure how Joe does it, but I can see the wirings up there for it. And of course we've got, you know, bay window, and then what's probably going to happen is we'll put dresser and TV over here, and then bookcase and Paula's roll top desk over here, and I'm probably standing in the middle of the bed. But all right, I guess let's take a look at the garage while we're out here. We have doors now, but no motors for them, so they have to be lifted by hand. But this is the big ventilation duct that runs to the upstairs, and kind of see all the water lines that are run for the upstairs bath and some of those things. But anyway, so that's the garage. Let's head on upstairs. Alright, so we're going to come first up here into Emily's room. So Emily's room is coming along. We've got her little window bench over there with the bookcases that'll be on either side. She'll have herself a little ceiling fan, and but yeah, not a whole lot's changed up here. You can kind of see now a bit more. So there'll be Jack and Jill bath. So Emily will have her sink, and then some tile here leading into her closet. Emily's room gets the beautiful attic crawl space, which seems a little narrow, but that's fine. So that's how we'll get up to what attic space we will have access to over there. We'll come into the main bath area with spray paint toilet and actual tub fixture for the moment. Then we'll go into Xander's with Xander's sink, closet. Come into Xander's room properly. So still got the nice big windows here and lots of outlets, which is good. Alright, so that's this space. Come out into the loft area. So directly across from here is linen cabinet. Yeah, you can see kind of how big this space will be. And then someone pointed out to me that the coolness of having the big 2 layers of windows there isn't really obvious until you're standing up on the balcony here, where you can just see the whole wall looking down like that. It's really cool. And so then the last thing up here to see is we'll come into the guest bedroom. So there'll be a little closet just in here, probably for linens and stuff for this bathroom. As we come to the bathroom, you have shower unit, which is already put in. And then again, spray painted sink and toilet. And the big thing I like to show here is I want to show is the gable. Joe had lowered the gable just a little bit so there'll be room to keep all the insulation in here to make it nice and weatherproof, I guess. But because of that, instead of having a light fixture somewhere up in here, we're going to put 2 little sconces right there to flank the window to give it a real nice nook. And so, yeah, let's see what else we got. We're having, yes, that is what there is to say. So then, yeah, closet for this space. That's kind of it. So it's a lot of talking. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This probably the longest one of these I've done. I just think it's fun to kind of look up at all the ductwork and all the things that you never get to see, like, exposed. Watching all the vent lines and the insulated stuff running all over the house. I just think that's cool looking. And again, yeah, here in the master, or in the living room space, there'll be the 4 can lights. There'll be the ceiling fan with no light, and then we'll have these big box beams running across the top of here to give light for the living room. So, that's what there is to say for today. Probably won't post anything again until they start working on drywall, so hope you enjoyed it.